Warning: Dallas Cowboys fandom is known to cause extreme emotional distress, anxiety, and difficulty comprehending reality. The following video contains content of an addictive nature. Consumption of this content by fans and haters alike may lead to repeated viewing. Fan responsibly.
At least as responsibly as you can. It's 7 p.m. It's Friday evening, and you know what that means. It is time for another episode of the Star We Are Live. Sammy is just having one of the vacays
Sammy,
of
listen
spring
again.
break. She doubled up spring break on us and doubled down on Fridays, and so we're missing her twice. But no, you know what? More power to her. That's awesome. She's on vacay. They're all still safe. She checked in and said, "Hey, what's up, gang?" She will be back next week. And so yeah, I am Jimmy J. Right
I
next to
am
me is
Landry's legend.
we are the star we are. Are you? Are you?
We hope so.
You watching, are you? If you are, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We're gonna get right into the show. We got a good game plan. Lined up. Landry always lines us up with a good game plan. And I know, don't get sad. I know we're missing one. She'll be back next week. Like we said, so we're gonna skip Sammy Says It All. What she's saying right now is another one, bartender. That's all she's saying right now. She's saying, "Where's my shade?" You know, she's on the beach, she's having fun. Good on her. But we'll kick things off. Sammy won't say it this week, but I'm sure she'll have a ton to say when she gets back and catches up. We're gonna surf the gram. What do you mean? Well, we're just gonna take a look at the Cowboys spring break, and honestly, I don't know yet what we're gonna find, but we're just gonna troll or not troll. I'm sorry, we're gonna
Scroll.
scroll through. Yeah, we're gonna stalk some Dallas Cowboys on Instagram and just check out what they're doing this spring break, right? And what they do with their spring break, and let us know what you do with yours. Man in the Middle, great song, Coach.
Hmm.
Is that what we're gonna do during that segment? We're gonna listen to the song, or
No, I think that's Man in the Mirror.
oh,
Yeah. This is the man in the middle. This is the linebacker that the Dallas Cowboys desperately
right.
have.
Okay. No. Good stuff. All right. Yeah. No man in the mirror. What we're gonna be doing though soon is taking a look in the mirror and go, how come we're shy on linebackers if we don't do something? So that's why we got to talk about it. Then we'll take halftime. We'll get a refreshment. We'll get a snack. You'll hit the right buttons like notifications, all those good things. We'll teach you how to fan responsibly, remind you about all that, and then we're gonna mock Landry. We're gonna make jokes. We're gonna laugh at him. We're just gonna roast him. It's the roast of Landry. No, it's a mock draft. I'm just kidding. We got a draft coming up. We're gonna see what Landry thinks about it and who he picks. And does he make a move? I'm anxious to find out because we've been kind of toying around with it, but I think he's going to get serious tonight. Then we'll give you some updates, let you know what to look forward to over the next couple weeks.
Lots of good updates today.
And then it's your 2 minute spill.
Yeah.
And that completes the game plan. Let's kick
It
this
will
thing
be.
off, Coach.
All right. Where am I on the kickoff?
The kickoff.
Oh boy, it would be nice to get another one of those. It really would. So to kick things off tonight, I'll remind you like I did last week. We're not going to do the brand ambassador stuff. We're not going to say, "Hey, go buy this product or this product," and the TheStarWeAre are going to kick back from it. Nope. You think we're cool? You think we're worth it? You want to be a sponsor of the show? This is where you get a chance to have your own commercial. We're good. We're creative. We can do it, whatever you want. But you know what? We're going to reserve that spot for someone special. We got a few companies we'd like to work with and like to reach out to, and we have. And until we get a sponsor from one of those, we're not doing we're not doing that anymore. The only thing we're ambassador for is the logo behind us and you guys. It's the star we are you? We hope you are. And with that being said, enjoy the show.
I'm a fan of the star we are.
What's up, everybody? I'm Super Cowboy.
And I'm Princess Angie, and you are tuned in.
Hi, this is Jane Slater, and you are listening to...
I'm Jess Navarez, and you're watching The Star We Are.
If you're not following them, you are not fanning responsibly.
Plugged in and switched on. This is the Star We Are live.
Coach, I was reading chat while we were taking a break. Check this out. If Jerry Jones
I
doesn't
got you right here.
if Jerry Jones doesn't make George Pickens a Cowboy for life, we can forget about getting to another Super Bowl for another 30 years. What do you think about that?
I can't entertain that thought. I can't go to the grave without one more. Can't entertain that.
You don't even want to think about it. I hear you. No, we're all on board with getting Pickens signed. Listen, however, Eddie, and you can let us know what you think about it, and then we'll get into the show. But with Jalen Waddle being a first and a third, what you think your George Pickens is worth? I don't know. Anyway, we'll move along. I digress. Boom. Sammy ain't saying nothing this week. So on to man in the middle. Whoo. We got to talk about it. Linebacker is important. There he is right there.
And there we go.
He says he doesn't.
Go ahead and work on the other page for us.
Forget about it.
Good. Yeah.
Eddie, I don't know if that's a real picture of you, Eddie, but what's your workout plan, my guy?
Yeah, I don't know. If he doesn't make it, forget about a Super Bowl for another 30 years, that's probably harsh. Now that I'm, switch screens and I'm reading the comment. That's
no, but
probably
I believe
harsh because, like you said,
being harsh.
Yeah,
go ahead.
There's some serious trade value out there, like you said. After the Jalen Waddle trade, you've got a 2-a-day. A couple days ago about that. So,
no, I think Eddie's probably coming from a group of us fans who have seen too many good guys go out the door and us keep some of the wrong ones. And I believe we all think George is the right one to go ahead and get done. And so that's why he's probably being a little harsh about it. No harm, no foul. 3 active linebackers on the roster. You got to be kidding me. Is linebacker clearly the Cowboys' biggest remaining weakness? Is the man in the middle the biggest Cowboys' weakness? Chat, where you at? Coach, what you think?
I mean, we made the topic because I think it is obviously big talk in some spaces in Twitter during, throughout the week after that first free agent frenzy, where that's the only thing we didn't address, and all we did was let go of the PFF ranked 122nd out of 124th linebacker in Kenneth Murray. You said we're down to 3, so I'm under the assumption that was just in. I mean, I'm assuming that's who that was. That we're down to 3 years. Because we had to cut someone to get down to 3 or release someone.
I'm pretty sure it's Maurice Lufau, Shamar James, and Demo. Okay. DeMarvion Overshown, for those who don't know. Not Demo, because I know Donovan. Anyway.
Yeah, clearly you're going to add bodies. They're not only going to be draft bodies. It's not going to be 3 linebackers in the draft. So the Cowboys are obviously, just like us entertaining the thought, obviously looking hard at it. I think you had some news just before we came on the show about that you ran across.
Yeah, so Nick Harris today, obviously a great follow on Twitter, great Cowboys insider, and also just a great, kind of football mind and player mind, and then the way he kind of sees things. Nick Harris is a great follow, does a lot of what I think is really great work for Cowboys Nation. And so he says that the Patrick Queen talks with Pittsburgh, right, have pretty much halt. We're not talking, they're not talking. So that's kind of come to a straight up halt. We had heard Jane Slater say kind of a lot about that, how they were going back and forth. She mentioned a few days ago it was dying out. Nick kind of confirms today it's dead talk. And so, but 2 names that did get bring up are Azeez Al-Shaair from the Houston Texans, middle linebacker, and who I actually think is a brilliant idea. It didn't even cross my mind. He had the 2nd most tackles and like the 8th highest grade out of all linebackers last year. And that's Jordan Brooks out of Miami. Very special talent.
I think you brought it up a day or two before even running across that the Cowboys were, that you had, that he was actually of interest. You were mentioning it a couple days ago.
Right, because I was proposing I had the idea because remember on my draft and on one of the Jimmy J's 2-a-days I proposed trading up with Tennessee to go grab Sonny Styles, but if we can't do that, then maybe we trade for, instead of trading up in the draft or trying to pick somebody at 12 or 20 if you don't want to spend 12 on CJ Allen, you don't want to hope he's not there at 20 or whatever, and you got to go make a move here. Maybe you don't just go after the couple of veterans that are out there that we'll talk about and name here in a second, but maybe you can make a trade for one. Jordan Brooks is one of those names. I don't know. Nick says they're going to talk, but you just have to imagine, right? Because Patrick Queen was solid. And if that kind of fell through, we're probably not looking to give up a ton of draft capital.
Right, which means it's unlikely to be a game-changing middle linebacker. You're at this point, you're just looking to improve upon Kenneth Murray. Some substantial.
That better not be very hard to do.
Well, it has to be someone though for that to be possible.
Yeah. Right, and that's kind of the point, right? 3 active linebackers on your roster. You need 3 more just to have a room. You know what I mean? Minimum of 2, and you can't get them both in the draft.
That's where we have to get into it. Who is it? But before we get to the draft, who is it that's out there available, not via a trade? It's Okereke. It's Bobby, the 2 Bobbies for sure. Who else? Bobby Wagner, Okereke.
Bobby O and Bobby Dub, right? Bobby Wagner, Bobby Okereke. And then it's Devin Bush, I believe, is still available, and Levante David. And there's some other names, right? But as far as outside those four, I don't think there's any that you want to look at and have any interest as far as what we need. Of course, other teams are going to look. I'm not saying they're not NFL players and nobody needs them. I'm just saying as far as what we need, only those four names really bring you any interest and value. And I think it's more for, even if that's the thing, right? Because you need at least two bodies. You'd like to get three. If you can grab me, if you think we're not going to find the guy in the draft or make one of these trades, then you might need to get the younger Devin Bush who has a little more like possible ceiling. If you know you're going to maybe draft for somebody a little younger, like a Jordan Brooks or somebody like that, or you're going to spend 12 or 20 on CJ Allen, try to make a move for Sonny Styles, whatever, I still think you need to bring in Levante David or Bobby Wagner to teach these young guys, to be the veteran in the room. We don't have any veteran in the room. Like I said, Shamar James, second year, Maurice Luafau, third year, DeMarvin Overshown, fourth year. Nobody's passed their rookie contract in our linebacker room.
My thing is, at least three of those guys, excluding Devin Bush, feel like a fringe significant improvement. Bobby Wagner is an obvious, has been throughout his career, substantially better player than that. I just have to think at some point he's getting injured in the third week of the year. Like, how many full seasons of 100 tackles can he give you? At some point,
he just did it. I know.
I probably shouldn't do that. I probably should say that he's the safest bet because he's done it year in and year out. So maybe that's
year in and year out. We were kind of mentioning this last year, like how much longer is this? Because we always when you mess around with Madden and you go like draft, right? And you want to just build your own franchise and stuff, and you go Madden. And Bobby Wagner's like always rated real high, but he's always, you see the age and you're like, ooh, well, I can't.
Yeah.
He's like he's an 89 linebacker, mode, right? But I don't want to draft a guy 35, right? But just last year, 1,100 snaps at 35 and a half years old. He'll be 36 and a half this year, and there's no reason to say guy can't give you 900 quality snaps of football, and that's insane at the linebacker position. So,
but like if you do something like that, you're still going, I would assume, high, as in 12 or 20 at linebacker. Because that's only lasting for a year, and you do have to think about a little more than just this year. Though me, you, and everybody else in Cowboys Nation is all in on. If you did everything it took to win it this year and had a 1-16 season next year, and you were handed that option, everyone would take it. Luckily, that's not the way it works, and you have to continue to build for each year and keep the train rolling no matter what. So
no, I know
you'd be drafting a linebacker too.
Well, and that's the thing. 12 and 20 is really rich. If it ain't Sonny Styles, I believe it's not rich for CJ Allen. I would take him at either one. I don't even honestly think he makes it to 20, but that's why they're, without a shadow of a doubt, right? We only have three. We'll segue on this. We only have three in the room. You have to have at least two more. You would like three more. You do not want to have to get both of them out of the draft. So that tells me that the Cowboys are going to add at least one, if not two, linebackers before the draft or even post-draft, right? And kind of see what's left and see what they end up with. But one of those four free agents or one of those two linebackers that we just named will be added or traded for, and a linebacker.
And then you said traded for, and you said traded for, and that's probably my final point is, I don't know, we don't have tons of draft picks. We just made our draft a little fuller with a trade of Osa Odighizuwa, even though I feel like if the talent at linebacker that we need could only come from a trade after discussing those four guys, outside of Bobby Wagner still being a near Pro Bowler at 35 or 60, you said. I feel like it's
and all of a sudden, listen, if you had to, if it was 92 and 150 for Jordan Brooks or something like that, maybe even 92 and 112, maybe they wanted something rich and you get a 150 something back from them, yada yada. You make the trade for the Brooks, right? And you add the Bobby Wagner to the three that I mentioned, then you have five. Then all of a sudden you can do what you want in the first round, 12 and 20 or whatever you want to do. Trade up, trade down, just pick whatever.
Because you're saying at that point you feel like you have done so. You essentially were focused on defense in the offseason. You had to do very, very little after you didn't have to worry about signing TJ Bass and things like that. Right. Once all those things fell into place, you went into it thinking we don't have to do much on offense. And you did you did a lot of things on defense. If you do those things, you're saying you get to a point where we'll just take 2 first-round draft picks and some 5th rounders and see what we get. It'll just be a light draft.
Put the 2 highest players on our board on our team. at 12 and 20.
And some fifth
You would
rounders.
that's the position everybody wants to be in. Chances are you're still going to be looking in the first round, even adding. Well, I don't know. I think I'd have to check Jordan Brooks' age, but I think he's young enough that if you add him and you get a thing worked out where you've got him for 3 years, I don't think you have to reach in the first. That's ideal. I'm on the Jordan Brooks train. Got to get him. Add Bobby Wagner. Then you got 5 LBs. Then you can go take BPA twice at defense. And boy, you better watch out for our team next year. With that being said, next year's not here yet, but what is here is halftime.
Oh, spring break is here.
Oh, spring break. Oh, then we got to surf the gram. I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm way ahead of myself. Look at this.
Yeah, we
Look at
actually
this.
blew over that one on accident, but that's fine. We'll cruise right
spring
back
break's
on
a
into
little
spring
too
break
hard,
because it's
Coach.
still spring break in some place. Well, our spring break was last week for all the kids around here and so forth, where we
True.
are. But a lot of
Yeah.
people are still there, and I don't know what we're gonna find. You'll have to tell me what.
So we just kind of threw this segment together. We were like, look, it's spring break. Let's just see what the boys are doing for spring break. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna surf the gram, and we're just gonna check in on some Dallas Cowboys. Chat, if you got somebody you would like to stop in on in particular, let us know. Let's take a look. You got Tyler Smith right there. What's Tyler Smith doing his spring break? Look, we hit follow. We don't even follow Tyler Smith. That's a shame.
I'm telling you, maybe this is our account. Maybe this is an account I'm not on often. But either way,
Oh, that's cool. A Tyler Thanksgiving. Well, that's not spring break, but that's still really cool.
I think I actually may have seen something. Go to media here.
Yeah, he ain't done nothing.
Bunch of stuff of the three of them hanging
What's the
out. Oh, you
photos
know
over
what?
there? Huh.
I'm gonna go to Booker because I think I had seen something on another platform that I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. I'm pretty sure is here.
He's getting a haircut for spring break.
Rookie dinner. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so everybody's doing some real secret stuff for spring break. Nobody.
That's back in
nobody's
December. That's what I'm
posting?
saying. Nobody really seems
What's
to be
up?
all over it here. Give me another one.
Yeah, let's see what Coach is doing. Type in Brian
There you go.
Schottenheimer. Let's take a look at old Shotty.
3,800 followers. That's so crazy.
No post. Come on, Coach.
Uh,
Come on now. Let's see. George Pickens
we don't want to
has
bring
to
up.
be doing something.
We're gonna avoid the quarterback.
Oh man, I hope he's enjoying his spring break. I really do.
Yeah, I hope that's not
tough.
a concerning
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, no, we're not going to talk about the man's family matters.
GP14. That's not him.
GP14.
No, 4,000 followers. That's not him. That's what I'm saying. This is not an account that I'm.
Yeah, just search it broadly. Yeah, just hit enter. Don't even. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that's what I was doing.
Nothing.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not. Especially from the desktop. I have it on Instagram.
Yeah, I don't use Instagram on the desktop. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I can help you there. It looks weird. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What's Cooper doing?
So what's my guy up to?
Yeah. I mean,
Not
nothing.
posting anything about spring break.
Yeah, nothing feels recent. What's the? I mean, where's this from? September?
That's
this,
old.
This is not right. These people have posted in more than 6 months.
What's that tab on the far right over there?
Huh.
No. Down below it.
Right here? That's messages.
No. Right there. Below messages. Next to the play sign. Right there.
Oh, is this recent? 2 days ago. Look, you did it. That's what I didn't know.
See, well, that's the tab we got to be looking
Yeah,
at.
that's the tab we got to be on.
Let's see what George is up to. George.
That's not George.
14.
No, that's definitely not George. We're going to go back to Tyler Booker, though.
All right. Still nothing.
Let's see. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Nobody's doing nothing for spring break, man.
Well, I'm
What
sure
y'all do for spring break?
I'm sure someone is, but the Instagram didn't work.
All right. Well, spring break is over for us. We do have. So I guess since it crossed my mind, I reached out to somebody. I said, "Hey, you want to come on the show?" They were like, "Yeah, but I'm on spring break still this week." And I was like, "Oh, well, ours was last week." But we do got some guests coming up on the show. I won't mention any names because we like to get them super confirmed before we even do it, just in case they got to back out or anything like that. And but some really fun guests, players, possible, very possible. We did it last year, Coach Cameron Jackson on the show pre-draft. Unfortunately, he didn't come to Dallas. We had Marshawn Nealon on. Rest in peace, my brother, one love. We had Marshawn Nealon on after he was drafted. Right. And so this year, be on the lookout. We might have a draft prospect on the show pre-draft, and we might have some Dallas Cowboy rookies on the show post-draft. So stay on the lookout for that. I almost just gave you some updates there because we couldn't find nothing on spring. What are these guys doing?
No,
They
I'm
got their
telling you,
phones
I
in
don't know.
their hand all the
I try to tell you that I'm not an Instagram operator, so I'm
Yeah,
sure it's
I
all
hear you.
there. I don't know where to click and stuff. It's just not a platform that I use. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, and I'm not gonna lie, all that desktop view was really, really strange. That wasn't normal. But we'll get into halftime. The season, I know it's only March. I know we're only creeping up on April. Yeah, April, May, June, July, August, September comes football. But do not fret. It's okay. The Star We Are has got you. We've got you covered on pre-draft. We've got you covered post-draft. We've got you covered on camp. We've got you covered on downtime. We got you covered on all around time because we will be here Friday, 7 p.m. always. And all you have to do to stay tuned in and stay notified is hit like, hit subscribe, turn on notifications. And thank you for being a part of the Star We Are and everything we do. Coach.
Yeah.
This is it. The
Well,
moment
we'll
of
see.
truth, sir.
Let's see what
I
we can do.
need. Let me. If you're right now, the future of my football team is in your hands. So
Let me make sure I've got everything displaying here. There it is.
oh, this will be good.
Okay, so we'll be the Rams. No, okay, we'll be the Dallas Cowboys.
No, let's be the Rams and trade all our picks to Dallas.
We'll do a 7-round draft and get directly into it on the PFF side.
Oof. Let's do it.
Now, what I'm going to do is not do anything slow or anything. I'm not going to consider going up past 12, so I'll let it fall to me at 12.
Okay.
And I will see that
Probably the players
every
gone.
single defensive player that I would be interested in at the number 12 is gone.
Wiped.
For me, the only option would be to draft CJ Allen here at 12. My thing is, I don't want to do it. I probably should. It's just a little too rich for me. But again,
I hear you.
we're talking about picks, and still needing. It's just I need to draft a couple things highly, so I'm gonna offer a trade, and I'm not going far because basically I'm not trying to lose out on CJ Allen.
Yeah.
I think I have to
You're
have
just
him.
not ready to draft him yet.
I think I have to have him before 20. The Baltimore Ravens will let me go down 2 picks. And honestly, when I do this a lot, I don't get an offer that's inside 20. I usually have to end up with 20 as my highest pick. So I'm super interested in just going back 2 picks
and not taking much from him.
Let's see what PFF thinks they'll do on 80. They think that's a really high chance. I want to be realistic. I want to only say
well, let me ask you this: Would you instead of
I've
gaining
said
a
to you
pick,
before
would you
that Philadelphia
move
gave us
back
a second
two?
rounder for 2 rounds.
Would you move back 2 to move up 12? Because what if they would swap you 92 and 80 there? Would that be something you're interested in, or would you just ask for the?
If
What
they
is
would
that,
swap me
119?
92 and 80, and then give me 115, because this isn't enough.
Oh, I didn't think about also 115. That's actually really interesting. That's
I actually like, and it's even gone up higher even on the likelihood.
Yeah.
I think that's
well, the points
cool.
are probably really fair there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I'm going to do that and start
Okay.
there. And hopefully, now we're into the draft, and hopefully they will still let
They
me
gonna give 'em
have.
to you. Right. It's only 2 picks later.
We're just gonna go ahead and do that. There's your linebacker because I thought I had a really good draft a couple days ago, and I was like,
Man in the middle.
yeah, I forgot to draft the linebacker.
Got him.
Okay, the player I want to stare me in the face, the player that I
know he
like,
is.
but that's
I
just
know.
it's just
Very
Emmanuel
intriguing.
Warren. What I'm not going to do right now is I'm not going to press that button, and I'm going to add more front 7, and I'm going to go ahead and pick Kelvin Fulton, which I don't.
Ooh, the youngster, the baby face
But
killer.
I'm going front seven. Let's see.
Okay.
I have 80, but I don't have 92 anymore. So this is my.
No way Chandler Rivers fell to you. Because you
I
have
essentially have, and I haven't drafted a corner yet, so they made that really easy. Unfortunately,
wow.
guys. Unfortunately, for me and Jimmy J, if Chandler Rivers is in the 3rd round, basically, if he's at a pick that we have that's past 20, which currently is 92, and nothing else, then that's the one that'll get drafted. So
listen, it's not a question, y'all. That's the best slot corner coming out of college football right now.
Send this into full screen here as we get to rolling through it. So I've done the 3 biggest needs coming into the free agency before we did anything. Some of them we've addressed a little bit. I've added more to them. I don't need to go to 2 corners. Oh, I need to take Bud Clark so that I have a potential of being more flexible with Jalen.
No, you would like somebody to have
so I did that, and I don't think I was going to wait till 115, which is where we are now. So we did that, and Malik Muhammad falls around. I think I'll take it for that.
Listen, that boy posted on Twitter the other day. He said and I like it. I think I'm even reposted it. He posted on Twitter. Malik Muhammad did. Mm-hmm. I'm the best cornerback in football. Watch the tape. Mm-hmm. And so.
Yeah, no, after he just fell an entire, that was 25 picks from when I was, he was sitting at the top of the board. So at that point, I'll go ahead and take him. I'm going to take a look at my picks, which are linebacker, edge,
loving it,
corners, and a safety. And we have to go. Is that a tackle right there? And if you're from the SEC that I'm familiar with, we'd have to go the best tackle available. I wish I had a little more research on some of these later ones to make sure that he was capable of playing right tackle. But I need to create some kind of competition at right tackle, and I hope it does that.
Yeah, Terrence Steele is probably on the way down and out.
77 is providing me. Oh, okay. That we're gonna do this. I like this little combination of speed and agility here. I was looking at Le'Veon Moss before I drafted Malik Muhammad. That was a homer thing from A&M. So I'll add another halfback to the room to keep the fresh legs in there.
Love it.
And what
we actually had a personal with what's his name? It's Caleb L. Arms
right here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had some high interest in him.
A personal, was that a 30 visit?
Or the 30 visit, yeah, whatever, yeah. And we our scouts talked to him.
That's enough to convince me here. I can go ahead and add a second one.
Right, because that room is.
Let's say we only added one in free agency, so that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely go ahead and I definitely go ahead and do that.
Yeah, and you're down to the 200s now, anyways.
I'm down to 200s now. Where honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, there is still 2 names at corner, Kennedy and Hall, that I think are NFL corners, and at least like.
Take a look at Jaden Kennedy's specs.
Yeah.
Kid played 600 snaps for Oregon this year, and 348 of them in the slot, which is what Christian Parker's looking for. That's.
I honestly like them both, but this is the one I've drafted, so much more.
Yeah.
And look, the little DBU down here, Toledo is starting to kick out DBs.
And Andre Fuller really failed, man. He had a kind of a bad combine. He had a real shaky combine and kind of fell.
It's tough for me to do this. I'm going to, but unfortunately, that's a case where I just drafted a 3rd corner and we addressed it in free agency. Yes, we lost one, but I don't like drafting players.
Josh Butler and Kalen Carson aren't like guaranteed guys, though. You know what I mean? They might.
Yeah, right. Here we go. You're right. They're not guaranteed guys. I don't like drafting guys, and you can see the whole one there, who aren't going to, like, where someone's going to get cut year 1. Right, like where we take who was the tackle that we sent to Washington? We love the name.
Right. No. Let's go or whatever, something like that.
No, I said the DT. He ended up playing immediately for them. And we had just drafted him like in the 4th or 5th round, like 14 days. I say 14 days. It was like 14 days in a camp. You know what I mean? And I don't understand using a draft pick like that. And we like released him, like sent him on his way.
Wow.
What was the name? John Ridgeway. Was that it?
Ridgeway was a big. Yeah. I think we sent him to Chicago,
Anyways,
maybe.
that was
but
a
yeah.
side note. There's my draft: linebacker, edge, 3 corners.
I don't care. You got the best slot corner, secondary slot corner, and just a
Explosive.
good outside corner. In
And
case Deron Bland wants to
little-
take a dip in production. Malik Muhammad's going to be good, dude. That was a steal there.
how much? Yeah, that may not be realistic. They sure did give me.
Keldrick Falk,
But of course, I got an A. Like I said, he was the highest rated player almost a full round before that.
mhm.
So
Keldrick Falk, I believe, is a project, right? I believe he has flashy potential. I think he can give you 4 games this season, whoever signs him, where it's like, wow, look at this Keldrick Falk guy, where it's like, we see the things to come. I think he's going to give you 3 or 4 of those games, and there's going to be 6 or 7 games where he fades out, right? That's what I see for Keldrick Falk kind of this season, and then some very middling games outside of those. But that might be with what you have on the line now, adding Rashan Gary, that might be okay. And then also, I really like your draft and what
might
it
be
really
okay. I was
leads
thinking
to.
about that with Rashan Gary. Right when you say he's a project, if we can get, you just need a flash from him. You just need some
That's right.
plays from him this year.
That's right.
Play,
You need some games where we're ahead. It's third down and you win a few times. Like, yeah, we need. But if Keldrick Falk can give you 25% more production than Jadeveon Clowney did last year, boom, great pick at 20, and he's going to only get better because he's a baby. He's just turned 20. Right. Well, okay, but you pick a edge at 20. You hope he gets you at least 6 to 8. I think a lot of guys had more than 10 last year. 10 sacks ain't like the mark now. Kind of like the 1,000-yard rusher.
The sack leader in the second round last year, the college sack leader, and he had 2.5.
And he had 2.5. That's what I'm saying. These guys don't just come in the NFL and just pop. You get 6 to 8 sacks out of them, that's a win.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So no, I like it. And you know what this does, and what the way I've kind of been trying to draft is still, even when this draft is over, and even if it looks something like this, and I wouldn't be mad at you, coach, if it did, you can still week 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up until that week 9 trade deadline, still be all in. What else do we need? What are we still lacking? Keldrick Falk ain't developing yet. We got to get to the quarterback. Trade for somebody.
You can forget
If we
that.
just
all I did was
we
make
don't-
one. All I did was make one little trade. I mean, this is realistic. All I did was make one little move from 12 to 14 because I wasn't ready to draft C.J. Allen at 12. Acquired 80, which maybe is rich, but I've seen it done before. And
the points
honestly,
are probably right.
I'm looking at the first 5 defensive players that I just drafted in a row. That's gonna help.
Oh, you made your defense better. Two of those guys are coming in and giving you good snaps. Hopefully 3 or 4.
Hopefully 3 or 4. That's what I'm talking
Right.
about.
No, yeah, listen, don't act like Deron Bland's job is completely safe, bro. I've talked to you about that, and we'll save that for another show, coach. But Deron Bland's job, with Kalen Carson coming up, Josh Butler getting healthy, you drafting Malik Muhammad, I don't know whether that'll happen, but Mansour Delane coming in the building, Savon Rebel being this high prospect that Christian Parker really likes. Deron Bland all of a sudden might be, like I said, when we look at that trade week 6, 7, what are we lacking? We'll give you Deron Bland in next year's first or second for this beast on the line, or this linebacker that we still need, or because the all-in move is now, Jerry. Anyway, good draft, coach.
All right.
I like it.
On to the updates. We have a lot.
We do.
Updates.
Sam is back next week. Boom. Update number 1. Update number 2. Jimmy's crazy. Oh, you already knew that part. Sorry. Update number 3. We got some guests on the show coming up very soon. Won't give any names, no spoilers. You just have to turn on the notifications. Sorry. That's how I play it. We have
2 days with Jimmy J coming out.
Oh man, I went blank. 2 a day, which I also do 2 times a day. Let's go blank. We got 2 a days with Jimmy J. Most days, I think. You know what I mean? It might be 7 days a week. It might only be 4 days a week. But every now and then, I'll give you 2
They'll
topics.
probably come often here in the off season, as the topics are constantly evolving.
Also, next week when Sam is back, we'll get Sam's mock draft. Mine was on the last episode. You can go check it out. Landry just nailed a draft, and we'll see how Sammy operates with hers. And then I think, am I missing anything, Coach? I want to say
AMA.
The World Cup's coming up.
Cowboys AMA. Well, okay, I can't do that. Well,
maybe
if we're gonna branch out that far, the NBA sucks, and the best basketball in the world is being played right now.
It's on, boy.
College TV.
That's
I said on college TV.
On your college channels. Listen, It should be a sold package. March Madness could be sold and packaged and get these kids some money that are in the tournament.
I'd pay.
Because it's way better basketball than the NBA. You're 100% right. It's not even close. The NBA is a sour product. Outside of Luka Doncic going absolutely bonkers for like 8 or 9 games in a
And
row,
someone doing
NBA's
that
not
at some
even-
point, and having a little storyline at some point during a season. But
Right.
that's
Think about it,
going
man.
on by the hour here in March.
We resided in a point in time of the NBA's life where a guy averaged a triple-double for 2 straight seasons.
And wasn't even...
And it didn't even get close to a championship.
And wasn't considered the best player.
Wasn't considered probably a top 8 or 12
Was
player.
considered maybe a top 10 player at that exact moment.
The first year he did it, probably I'll give you that because he was,
Anyways,
But
we
still,
digress.
You see what I'm saying? Anyway, last update is, AM Mayhem morning call-in shows coming, I believe, this Sunday morning, right, Coach?
Sunday, I think Sunday. Yeah, Sunday mornings we're going.
This
for the first
Sunday
time.
morning,
That's going to roll.
we'll have
right
the
on.
number on the screen. You can call in.
And
You
it's a
can chat
call-in
with
show,
Coach
right,
and myself.
exactly.
That's right. Sam may even be available some of those Sunday mornings, but typically it'll be Coach and Coach. We'll have our coffee ready. We'll have our chat voices ready, and we'll have the phone lines open. So get ready for that Sunday morning. I believe we're going to go. Is it 9 a.m.? We'll let you know. Just be on the lookout. Turn on your notifications, damn it. Anyway, last update is the 2-minute spiel with Landry's Legend. You're on the clock, buddy.
2 minutes. Starting now.
All right, let me run my own 2 minutes. Get me on my own screen. Try to do this right. Let's see, where are we at here in the show? A little bit of a short show here because the Instagram segment didn't want to work for us, but that's we jumped right into man in the middle after giving you the game plan, and we didn't find anything on the Instagram segment because Landry doesn't know how to work Instagram because
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And I've been waiting all show to get that off, so that's beautiful. Anyways, that shout out to Mike Gundy for that one. What a beautiful quote. Anyways, couldn't find anything on the spring break, so we talked about middle linebackers, which the Dallas Cowboys have to address, and
Gotta have it.
I put at the bottom of the title. Is it clearly the most glaring need? I mean, anybody I talk to would say so. So that's why we made it. The top. Bobby Okereke, Bobby Wagner, Devin Bush, Devin Lloyd. Give me somebody. 2 of them in the draft after halftime, and Landry had a mock draft for you. I took 2 linebackers. I took 3 corners. I took defensive players in the top 5 positions because that's where we're at this point in time. We've addressed it reasonably well in free agency, but that defense cost us, I don't know how much we have to improve. Very little. 5 points a game, and we make the playoffs last year. It'll win us 2-3 games, and we're a playoff team. Significant 10 points a game, and going into this next season, and I would like to know how you beat us when we score 30 on average and teams score 20 on average. So that's why I'm heavy on my mock draft on the defensive draft. Sam will be back next week. She'll give us her mock draft. We'll have another deep dive into maybe a specific positional unit or something with the Dallas Cowboys. Tons of updates. AM Mayhem coming, 2-a-days coming all the time. And that was your 2-minute spill with Landry's Legend.
Boom, bada bing, bada bang. And listen, Coach, great job. And if everything goes right, next week we'll be talking about Bobby Wagner and Jordan Brooks being Dallas Cowboys.
Or the linebacker edition, right?
That's right, because that's coming.
Sure.
Now it could still come post draft, right? With as far as the trades and the names we're kind of tossing around, because who knows that there's just a bunch of teams after these guys. That
right.
We may be the only one, but we may be one of only a couple teams like looking to, reaching around to trade for middle linebacker right now. However, when it comes to the 4 free agent names, those 4 guys, at best, only 2 of them are going to be there after the draft. So I could see my Dallas Cowboys adding at least 1 linebacker before this draft, and if they don't add another one in it, they'll be adding another one right after it. And we'll see what Sam adds next week. Next Friday,
I'm really interested in what her value, what she's valuing at this point.
We got to find out. So listen, guys, thanks for being with us. Like Coach said, a short show, but it's spring break. It's been a long spring break. And so tomorrow we'll have a 2-a-day with Jimmy J. I'll throw something out there for you. Sunday morning, the first live call-in show. Be there or be square. And anything else, Coach? Anything else you got to say?
I mean, I'm gonna tell him to fan responsibly as we always do, but real soon I'm gonna whip out. I think that's just gonna become, the clip of Frankie. That's the only way to fan, responsibly.
The only fan right is the effing star we are. He did say that. He did say the effing star.
is.
But you know what? We're a pretty good team. We're a pretty good team. I think we're a 10 out of 10. I really do.
10 out of 10.
He's right. They're a 10 out of 10. They're f***ing good.
You guys have a great night.
We're pretty good. Peace.
Fan
guys.
responsibly.
I'm a fan of the Star. The Star we are.
What's up, everybody? I'm Super Cowboy.
And I'm Princess Angie, and you are tuned in.
Hi, this is Jane Slater, and you are listening to.
I'm Jess Navarez, and you're watching The Star We Are.
If you're not following them, you are not fanning responsibly.
Plugged in and switched on. This is the Star We Are.